everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the Mako match game. I'm your host, 2b2t's, and today I'm here with the one and only it girl of 2b2t's, some would say. Today's modern it girl. Everybody wants her. Everybody wants to be friends with her. Everybody wants to be her. It is the one and only Mako of 2b2t. Mako of Cake Stand, 2b2t.
Hello?
If you don't know who that is, my last video, my Mother's Day video, kind of covered the crazy fanatics, crazy simps, one might call them, that hover around her, worship her, that will follow her to the ends of the earth. And today's special is about one simp in particular, and we'll get into that in a moment. But first off, Mako, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Maybe introduce yourself to the audience.
I kind of mostly just want to provide context for the screenshots.
Well, this is
okay.
helpful in establishing like who you are in the context of all of this.
Just like a friend of Walmart's who has had a falling out with him.
Well, that's why I wanted you to explain, like your time on 2b2t, how you met Walmart, and what your relationship to him was before all of this.
I did a cake stand at Spawn, and then I met him because he was a PvPer with Wayo.
And then at some point I started PvPing with him because if you dwell at Spawn for too long, you get indoctrinated into PvPing.
Yeah, I mean, what was he?
And now we're here.
What was he like at first when you met him? I mean, was he?
He was so normal. Like, he was genuinely, like, so normal to me until about, I would say, September. Like, even after the, like, drunk jokes I made that I've addressed before, like, he was normal about that until I told him I didn't want to date him. I don't even know what else to say. He just was, he was a very close friend of mine, but he was, like,
yeah,
close to me the way Wayo or like any of my other friends were, not.
So you didn't notice any kind of like strange, odd traits in the beginning there?
No, like none at all.
No red flags? In
hindsight, like, yeah, I'm like, oh my god, fuck this kid, but for 90% of the time I've known him on 2B, he was just like a normal kid, just like anyone else I knew, and probably like he came off as more well-adjusted than most of the people I met.
So tell me, when did things kind of start to take a turn with you in Walmart? When did this guy who you just PvP'd with, you met at Spawn, a nice character, turn into what we're seeing more recently?
So I was like drunk and crashing out like May and June, right? And I have, like, a habit of, like, when I'm drunk, I just, like, say very overly affectionate things to my friends. And I'm always very careful not to say it to minors. I want to preface this with that. Like, I say a lot of, like, out-of-pocket, like, I love yous or etc. to, like, a lot of fucking people on here. I said those to him because, like, he was one of my closest friends. I didn't really expect that to, like, affect anything. And then it kind of did. He likes to say that I, like, led him on, and I was drunk and crashing out, and honestly, I'm not even going to lie, don't remember most of what I said, and only know I said it through screenshots, which is my bad. Like, I should probably be less of an alcoholic, I'm not gonna lie, and pretty much everyone that knows me would agree with me.
So you're saying you think he was justified originally in interpreting your messages to him as serious?
Yeah, I do think that original interpretation was justified. He still was normal to me and not weird. He started being weird when I said I didn't want to. I think that me turning him down hurt his ego, which is understandable. And I think because we're all like chronically online 2B players, I don't think he's really like had interest in a girl that's ever like expressed it back ever before, even like when she was drunk or whatever. I don't think he's ever like had that before, so I can understand like holding on to it and kind of really wanting it to be true. I can understand him like coping about it, but it just got to a point where it was like genuinely kind of not sane.
Well, things have definitely started to take an alarming turn, but on this note, I want to bring in our first eligible bachelor, our first guest of the evening here, the one, the only OP Legends. He's kind of on a time crunch here, so I kind of want to go ahead and get him in the door now. Well, first of all, how do you feel about the OP Legends?
I love the OP Legends. They are my bestie boo, and they're never getting rid of me. And I'm gonna meow in their DMs for the next 4 years.
Just as a person.
I'm fine with them. I don't care.
You've said very flattering things about OP Legends in the past, am I right in saying that?
To quote, I said he is my bestie boo, and you know what he is. God bless him.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and add him in. Hello, OP Legends. How are
Hello.
you?
Legends, hey buddy.
I wanted you to come in and maybe talk a little bit about how you view Mako, what your relationship with her is, and like what some instances you've had with her.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just blew up Mako's cake stand a lot.
But I mean, you can't deny. I mean, there's been some flirting back and forth. I mean, Mako said you're her bestie boo, and you're never getting rid of her. And I mean,
well, that's actually AI generated.
I don't want to put you on blast,
real.
okay? I don't want to put you on blast, but I can testify in private VCs. You know, you have said some stuff about Mako. I'm just saying, you have said some stuff.
I heard P Legends actually likes men.
Oh, is that wait, OP? Is that true? Are you gay?
That's a wild accusation. I don't know why you would say that. That's just not true.
My bad.
Wait, so okay, well now that OP, are you denying this, or are you not gay? This is all on record.
I mean,
right
this is just kind of like if I say I am gay, then you'll say, well, now you must like Mako.
I mean, that's not necessarily where I was
think
going with
like
this,
gay.
but
Okay, well, in that case, in this scenario that you put me in, I would rather be gay than.
Okay. You'd rather
Yo,
you're
you'd rather
kind
be,
of rude.
you'd
but-
rather be gay than with Mako. That is kind of rude, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, can we unadd this kid from the group chat? Failed Riz.
Goodbye,
Wow.
OP.
All right, bye.
What a fail. Okay, well, Mako, I mean, you talked a little bit about how Walmart had some psychotic tendencies, how he's a little bit unhinged in his messaging towards you. Well, we've got all the receipts right here. We've got all the text messages. We've got all the screenshots. And we're here to show those off today. And maybe you could provide some context to some of these. And we'll start in chronological order with the first one right here. So the first one is from September 20th. And then at 2:40, he says, "Hey, I'm absolutely crashing the fuck out right now, so I just want to say a few things to relieve my anxieties. I am absolutely petrified of losing you, Mako. I've never felt so attached to someone in my life before, and I hate it. I know this is really unhealthy behavior, so I apologize to you if I ever get in your way or annoy you. I just really, really, really do like you that much that I feel the need to talk to you all the time. I'm trying to do better for you. Sorry." And he said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yes." So can you describe how you felt in that moment reading that confession to you? Was that the first time he confessed those feelings to you?
It's one in like 100 messages where I just like, and I get crashing out at your friends occasionally. Like, mind you, I am a D1 crash out, and Bezo, you know this more than fucking anybody, and Stabs, you also know this more than fucking anybody. But this was one of like over several hundred times that he did this, and a lot of those times were after I told him like, I need you to like stop crashing out at me as often and like as intensely as you do, specifically when you like try to connect your crash outs to us having some kind of relationship, because it's just fucking uncomfortable.
Well, that's very
It just
evident
gets to a
here. I
fucking
mean,
point.
we have another message either from the same day. Actually, this was also from that night, I believe, because she says good night and then it says September 21st. This is from a text message chain. Him spamming, "Why do I like you so much?" several times before going to sleep.
he just started being like not normal. And again, this is one of a lot of crash outs. I'm tried not to leak like the very big majority of them, because I tried to only leak what's actually relevant to what I was saying.
Getting to September 27th here. I'm not gonna lie though, the thing that set me off was you going to that kid's apartment or whatever it is. I was omega, all caps, jealous, but like we established, we don't know each other IRL, so my feelings are not valid. And like, I don't know how I ever expected to live up to your standard of living if we ever did get together. Our lives are so drastically different, but whatevs. KK, I think I'm done venting. Thank you for listening. God bless, all caps. I go work now.
I met this kid at a party, and he'd actually like heard of Walmart, so I like mentioned that to him, and then I went over to his apartment like a few days later, and we like very briefly discussed like playing Minecraft together, but we never ended up actually doing that because we were doing other things. Walmart was in my like personal server, and I also let this other kid in my personal server for a few months. So he and Walmart, they didn't like know each other, but they'd interacted before. We literally were just hanging out because we're friends in real life and we have real life lives and shit. And then he crashed out about that. And mind you, I did not tell him like I hooked up with so-and-so, or I made out with so-and-so, or I did whatever with so-and-so. Mainly because nothing fucking happened with that kid, but it's like, you know, it was a male and I'm a female. So he crashed the fuck out and like blocked me for a couple days, and then when he unblocked me, he said that. Alright, can you guys hear me getting Discord notifs?
Yeah, I've heard it the entire time.
My apologies.
So Wally says in this message, one last thing for real, then I'll just wait for you to gather your thoughts. I am not expecting this is interesting, double negative here. I am not expecting nothing from you. I guess he's trying to say I don't expect anything. I know you don't want to date. I'm okay with that. Lots of exclamation points. But you cannot expect me to stop myself in DMs. I like to DM you because I like you as a person. I don't DM you expecting anything more. Do you think I DM you because you think I'm desperately trying to fuck you? No. There's no deeper meaning to what I say. When I want to say something, I say it, all caps. The only way you're stopping me from thinking what I want, something more, is to get rid of me completely. Because I'm not going to switch from being straight up with you to not sending you a single message and treating you like all my other friends. Because you're not. You're the friend. This is the most exclamation points in the entire message. I can like you and respect your boundaries at the same time. All caps. The end. Very intense message from Walmart. He's proclaiming that you are the friend, the one and only friend he needs. And there's nothing that can stop him from being in your DMs.
He's
but then at
so
the end,
real on that. Apparently, nothing can stop him.
But then at the end, he says,
DM.
at the end, he says he can like and respect your boundaries. So it almost seems
He's
like
not.
it contradicts itself within the same paragraph.
He always would be like, "Thank God you said you don't want to date me because blah 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 blah," or like he'd like pressure me to tell him about my ex, and I would be like, "I just broke up with them because of blah blah blah," like a sentence or two, and then he'd be like, "Well, I identify with that because," and then he'd write me 7 paragraphs about it or some shit. So I asked him to stop doing that, and he was like, "Well, like, I don't see you as a close friend if I can't like tell you all of my feelings, if I can't tell you every single word that I have said to you in the past month or so, I'm not gonna talk to you at all." But like every single word he had said to me in the past month was like shit about like, thank God I rejected him, and how he would be a horrible boyfriend, and how like it was either that or like how it's so unfair he doesn't get a chance to date me, and it's just like
So he's kind of like that stereotypical,
because
like,
I know he doesn't say that same shit
Yeah.
to Wayo.
he's like the stereotypical guy friend, like nice guy friend who's like you talk about your relationships with him, and he's like, oh, he's not good for you, but secretly he wants to date you in the background.
Was just so constant, and it's like, what do I even say to that? Like, he'd be like, thank God you don't introduce me to your parents, like, I'm such garbage, and I'm like a colored person, and etc. Like, he'd say the most irrelevant shit. He'd be like, I'm poor and I'm such a garbage, and it's like, this is so completely unprompted. It is 4 in the fucking morning. I was literally sleeping.
We actually have a screenshot right here of him doing exactly what you're talking about. He says, these past few weeks have been not the best for my mental health. Don't think I felt like this since I was 17. Also, where did you go? You just dipped. Asshole. Don't even say a word. Fuck you. Would you say that I have a stubborn personality? I think I do. In both a good and bad way. I'm gonna have a seizure. I'm having a good night. This is great. Fun fact, this one time when I was 17, I was planning to take like all 30 of my meds to hopefully overdose on them. But I heard my mom walking down the hallway to my room, so I quickly tossed them under the bed. That's the one I really wanted to get out last night, but didn't because you kicked me out your server and made me really sad. But anyways, thanks. I'm asleep now and cry and pretend like you read all that.
Is this review even necessary? I feel like that one singular screenshot you just read covers 90% of my points here.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what you just said about him trauma dumping and trying to be manipulative with all this stuff that he's gone through, I mean, that all just appears in this message where he talks about he has prone to seizures, talking about when he almost overdosed, or when he claims he almost overdosed. And then, I mean, it's just bouncing all over the place. And you don't even respond to a single one of these messages. That's what's pretty frightening about it. So we have two options here, okay? He says, are you interested? Yes or no? Yes, you're willing to risk the chances of something going horribly wrong, unlikely, or great, to see if I truly am something more to you. I am willing to go to extraordinary lengths to make this work. I can and I will work out my insecurities eventually. I understand if you cannot be there for me emotionally on shit like that, but if you figure out that I am just your friend, that's okay too. I cannot be mad at you because we tried and we will most likely still be friends. I love how he put that in all caps, the part where he said he can't be mad. No one needs to know this happened, and if we never talk to each other again for whatever reason, at least we can both be at peace and know that there is no bad blood between us. We both move on with our lives. Wow, seems reasonable to me. No answer. No answer. No is no. No attempt is made. I am simply just a friend. But there's no, if I'm going to marry someone, it's going to be you bullshit. No weird, crappy situationship. Us will never happen. This is a, I will never like you like that type of no. I am not going to sleep every night knowing that I fumbled the closest to perfect girl I will ever meet, that I maybe had a chance with. I am not doing that. This is full-on rejection. I'll probably cut off a lot of contact with you. Won't be sending you Discord DMs every day, and etc. to get over you. We can still be friends, just not like that. And I will probably never have convos like this at all with you. You're getting demoted on the friends list. Maybe not sure about that yet, okay? What I need from you is to answer one of these so I can be at peace. Wow.
Begging for him to cut contact.
Do either of these options give you peace?
Both of these options make me want to set myself on fire in hindsight.
Make you want to self-immolate. That's crazy.
Back at, like, listen, I'm a D1 crash out, so I was like, okay, I'm a D1 crash out, he's a D1 crash out. But now I'm thinking like, okay, I'm a D1 crash out in the sense that, like, when people dox me, I crash out. And he's a D1 crash out in the sense that, like, he's a virgin and someone doesn't want to date him. And he knows that if he doesn't crash out, no one will ever want to date him again. So he has to, like, harass this one singular person, which is me. Because no one else will ever show him the time of day because he's, like, ugly and also chronically online.
So tell me, based off of do you think you're the perfect girl as he describes?
Absolutely the fuck not. I don't even know. I mean, I know why he says that because like no one else likes him.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
where do you think he gets this idealized vision of you from? Like, where do you think this
He's
"can do no
chronically
wrong" vision
online
comes
and
from?
desperate for female attention.
I mean, the no is pretty serious. Out of all the messages so far, I mean, denying you Discord DMs and demoting you on his friends list, that's pretty serious stuff right there. Those are fighting words. I mean, and he says here he's willing to go to extraordinary lengths. He's going to work out his insecurities. I mean, that sounds like we're getting into some serious territory. Now let's get on to this next screenshot. This is from December 1st of 2024. Wally says, I like to think that I've always been the more independent type when it comes to having someone by my side, to be there emotionally, everything else along those lines. I'm sensing a lot of independence here. That is until you showed up. In my opinion, our personalities and humor can be pretty similar a lot of the time. And I think because of that, I really grew a connection with you. Especially after you first confessed feelings, you essentially became part of me. As I felt you drift apart from me, the alarms were going off in my head. And that sent me into a panic, and I had no fucking clue what to do. Didn't realize at the time, but I felt a massive chunk of me was missing, and I was desperately trying to get it back. I'm already a very emotional person, so combined with all my problems in real life, that just sent me into an unpredictable, depressive state of mind. Usually I just go to bed and talk to myself for hours about my own problems and try to figure them out, but I guess slowly over time, that turned to going to you in hopes of, I don't know, comfort, I guess? Comfort much? And I never really felt like I was getting that from you. So that just kept me going deeper and deeper into this spiral that I was in hoping that you'd provide something a little more insightful at some point. Mixing that in with some jealousy and me feeling like I was never getting that gets us to today. You were far too precious to me to want to permanently lose contact with you. I've shared way too many memories with you for me to forget about you. I don't want to lose my best friend. We both made mistakes leading up to this point, but I don't think either of us should be too apologetic to each other. This is a learning experience for both of us. Ultimately, I need to learn how to be okay with you just wanting to be friends, no matter how much I love you. I just wish you were more careful with what you said to me earlier. He's clearly got a couple screws loose emotionally. He's got some baggage. He's a man with some baggage. I mean, what can we say? I mean, men across the world, we can relate, all right? Us men, we got some baggage, and we hide our emotions. Okay, he's in an unpredictable, depressive state of mind. I mean, this is a guy. This is what you don't realize, though. This is a guy who wants a real
gay. You're not a normal
woman.
guy either. Just download Tinder. I swear, it'll help you.
Okay, I'll come at the host here. Holy shit. All right.
Sorry.
So let's.
I'll let you guys know I took 3 shots while Bro was reading that.
Yo, shit. Okay. Well, you know, I mean, men, look. You gay or straight, whatever. We hide our emotions, okay? It's a part of being a man, okay? And this man is clearly down bad. I think that's the best terminology to use. He's clinically, by definition, down bad. And you know, he's saying here, you know, when you expressed feelings for him, I guess that's something that he hasn't experienced before because you literally became a part of him in his mind. He's literally talking to himself in his sleep about you. I mean, that's for just some girl on 2b2t. That's pretty insane. I mean, can we agree that's pretty insane?
I don't even know how to explain this aside from just like trauma dumping on me and then blaming his current negative feelings, like any negative feelings he could conjure up on me not e-dating him. And like, that isn't a specific demand to e-date him, but he would not leave me alone. Like, he had a very like obvious goal in mind. I like told him when I had a committed relationship, and Bro crashed out over that too and was like, why would you tell me that after I said I didn't want to hear about your hookup? I don't know him in real life, and I wasn't even trying to date the other kid. Like, he was trying to cope with his ex, and I just, like, was crashing out. I'm not even gonna lie. I was crashing out and willing to let someone fuck me, and I'm sorry if that sounds like... what even is the fucking word? You know, I'm sorry if that makes me sound like a whore, but, like, I don't... You know, he's gonna make me sound like one anyway, so who really gives a fuck? You live several states away, you're ugly, I don't know you in real life, you're too poor to even travel here, let alone, like, be someone I want to date. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it, actually.
So you would want to date somebody that's, like, richer than you?
Not richer than me, just at the very least someone I've met in real life.
I mean, would you say that you're, like, a very wealthy person in real life? I mean, you did say he's poor. I mean, that was something that was just mentioned.
And I said he's poor because he always, like, would trauma dump on me and mention that he's poor. Not even in, like, just a feeling insecure about being poor way, but in, like, a no wonder you don't want to date me. I'm poor and my family's blah, 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 which has never been something I cared about because, like, you know, I'm not that off. Like, I'm gonna inherit a lot of shit. I'm not even gonna be, like, I'm not gonna front about that. I'm gonna inherit a lot of shit. Money is not a fucking issue to me. Maybe it is, like, in college when my parents, like, aren't going to pay for everything because they want to teach me to be financially responsible. But, like, I'm not fucking worried about marrying someone rich. I'm just worried about marrying someone fucking sane.
Right, well, and he's poor. I mean, that was all. I mean, I'm just addressing that was pointed out, that, you know, the fact that he is poor.
I don't give a fuck if someone's poor as long as they're not a fucking weirdo, but, you know, he's poor and a weirdo, so it's like, you know.
Well, you just said you didn't care, though. I don't understand where the poor comes into play here.
Yeah, I hope he gets hit by a car.
I think he got hit with love. I think he's smitten. He's a smitten little e-kitten.
You should be a little bit more classy about it. Don't tell him to get hit. Oh, you're better than that. Come on.
Why is Kid here? Kitten.
I love kids.
I'll be nice. Hello,
Okay,
I'm
well,
lovely. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Are you alright there, Mako?
No, I'm not. That's why I'm in a voice chat with Bezo Passan.
Okay. Alright, it's alright. I'll put myself on mute. I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Anyways, okay, next screenshot. He says, I'm killing myself. Yeah, he says in the screenshot he wants to kill himself. Where does that come from?
Mental illness, not my problem.
I'm taking a shot right now. If anyone wants to take a shot with me, Kit, Mako, you guys want to go?
I'll take a shot.
Shot for shot right now?
Why not?
I was actually planning to anyways, so that's like awesome. Because me and Bezo Passan are best friends.
Being a girl on 2b2t is not easy. That's all I can say.
Girl, being a girl, like, on any gaming server is not easy.
Well, not the first, but one of the earlier examples of a woman on 2b2t, Netta T, for example, that had a lot of men that you know, quote unquote, it wasn't a term at the time, but simped. You know, they simped for her. Her feet specifically. I mean, you go back and look, Offtopia simping for Netta T's feet pics. That was a huge ordeal back in the day. There's always been Khaleesi back, even like pre-June, you know, go back to like really early 2b2t. And you'd have all these like incelish, basement dweller type men that would be like fucking with her, that would be like orbiting her. I mean, they made a base that was literally called Khaleesi's Gate, as a reference to her vagina, I would imagine, a gaping vagina. And this is only the latest example, this stuff with Walmart. So the question here I guess I have for you is Walmart your biggest simp? Or is there a bigger simp out there?
Here's the thing, like, it's hard to even say because, like, yeah, Walmart had his moments of being, like, insane. But I also, like Walmart had the chance to, be a closer friend to me than most other people, regardless of whether they simped for me or not, had. Like, he was, like, I considered him, like, my closest friend, like, over Wayo, over Swavey.
Oh, is
So
that?
I
is
don't
that-
know if he was my biggest simp on 2B, but at the very least, he was definitely the most successful, you know?
Yes. Hello, Batness. What's up?
Fuck, I thought that was Walmart. I'm sorry. Hey, Batness.
Hello.
So Batness, I'm assuming you're a friend of Mako. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, Mako's like the gang in him, you know?
Yeah. How long have you known Mako for?
Like a year now.
And so how did you two meet? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
They stole the NR stash. I got added to a group chat with like you, Wayo, Stab, Swavey, Hazel, and then y'all were just super mean to me.
So I mean, based off what I'm hearing here, I mean, would you say you've had a pretty positive experience with Mako just as a friend? You know?
Yeah, no, Mako's the GOAT. Not problematic, always very non-biased, really just a non-troublesome person.
Now, what are some things maybe you could say about Walmart? How do you feel about Walmart?
Mexican, no name, ran out of comm by Jumpy, destined to die a virgin.
Yeah, I mean, have you always felt this way about Walmart, or is this recent?
Yes. No, always felt this way. He's destined to die a virgin. He was never known. I don't know why people enjoy his company. They're only his friend due to clout. because
So
he's
He was
when
pretty normal at some point.
even when Walmart and Mako were friends, and I assume you were friends with Mako too, you still felt this way about Walmart.
Yeah, no, I don't like. No offense to any Mexicans, I just never liked him. Like I never liked his voice or anything, man.
So you never saw him maybe as like competition for Mako's friendship. I mean, he was he was like second in command. I mean, he was second to Mako.
I mean, like the way I put it is I wanted to be Mako's friend, and I always knew he was like a simp. Like,
Thank you, Batness, for coming in here. I'll relieve you now.
all right, thank you for your time. Bye bye.
All right. Well, I think we've had a lot of discussion about Walmart. We've gone over some of the craziest DMs, but I want to move on to Franknificant. You know, when we're talking about people that have obsessed over you to an extreme degree, I think it would be disingenuous just to talk about Walmart when you just got off the heels of Frank doing almost the same thing. I mean, he got very intensely obsessed with you. And what was the deal with that?
I want to say that as much as I take an issue with how Frank handled that whole thing, he respected it when he was blocked, and when he said he needed to block me, he blocked me. Regardless of the like leaking DMs type of thing, like he wasn't super weird about it.
So wait, he leaked DMs between you two?
Only to one person, as far as he claims, only to one person who then sent it to other people. I'm assuming under the assumption that they were leaked publicly already. I'm not sure, and I don't. Unfortunately,
he leaked
okay,
them to
I
me.
love you
I'm sorry.
anyways.
I love
I
you
love
too.
you anyways. And he also said that he like believed I just had a habit of leading guys on, which I want to preface I do not agree with, because his examples were Wayo, who was not a guy, and 87 AC. I don't even fucking know.
So
I don't
mean,
even
it
remember
seems to me like maybe
origin
he
of
was a
it.
bit
I'm not
jealous
gonna lie.
of the other male attention you were getting. Maybe he only wanted that for himself, and he was
I
using
think
that as
his
an
issue
excuse.
was that he did fancy me in some sort of way that wasn't just as a friend, and I think he acknowledges that too, but I don't think he wants to acknowledge that that's not every single other male online. Like, it's kind of just a Frank issue and not a men issue. I think
he
he
can
relates to
relate,
Walmart.
yeah.
And I even said this genuinely said this to a lot of people are going to think I'm in the wrong here for leaking DMs of me in Walmart, but it's no one that wouldn't have eventually thought I was in the wrong with enough pushing from Walmart, so I don't really care because it was gonna happen at some point.
And it
Anyways,
seems a bit hypocritical too that he's getting this mad about you leaking all of his. Because I mean, you said you know that he leaked to Orson, right?
He leaked to like a bunch of fucking
Like the
people,
screenshots between
like,
you two, like a picture of you to Orson. I mean, you said you knew this, right? Like that he was leaking DMs to him. I thought that's who you were talking about.
Which picture are you referring to?
Hold on, I'll privately DM it to you. Hold on. Okay, this is what Frank had sent to Orson.
me to see my Halloween costume. What the fuck does he mean I sent pics like that?
He was trying to imply that like you were sending him lewd pictures in private, that you had like
I literally told him I don't want to
relationship with
send
him
him
like
that
that.
'cause I don't want him to take that like the wrong way. And by the wrong way, I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He fucking begged me for like a week for that before I was like, okay, whatever, who gives a fuck? Like, I posted it in my private server anyways. I'm very happy to know that he did that.
Oh, you
I
already
knew
went
Frank
somehow.
leaked DMs. I didn't know Frank leaked fucking that because I literally like asked him like he was like asking for pictures of my Halloween costume because I mentioned it in my personal server, right? So he asked and I was like, it's like, can you be normal about it and not weird? Like, he fucking begged me for that picture.
Yeah, he did beg you for
To
pictures. I remember him
imply
telling me
that
that he
I,
was
like-
begging you for pictures.
Literally,
And I was like,
he had begged me
why?
for
Why?
So many pictures,
Yeah,
but especially that one, he had to beg me for several days.
I told him that it is not classy to beg a woman for pictures of any kind. Yeah, whether they be naked or not, you know? Yeah, it's just pressure and it's creepy. Then you shouldn't do that.
The fact that I gave into that and just was like, okay, whatever, and sent it, because, like, yeah, I sent it in my personal server, so it's like, whatever, who really gives a fuck? But the fact that he takes me sending him a picture he begged several days for as, like, leading him on is fucking insane. That's insane! Like, he spent several days asking me for that. That was not even, like, a willing picture, let alone an enthusiastic one or an intentional one. He was constantly begging me for like fucking selfies and shit.
Yeah. Don't beg girls for pictures, guys. That's all I can
And
say.
then look at what he does with it. He takes it in like a trophy or something and starts sending it around to people. Like, and
Oh, yeah,
trying to
was
say,
this supposed-
He sent
Yeah.
that to other people. Like it.
He did.
I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna front here. Like I made that costume with the intention to be a fucking whore, right? But like the fact that like he harassed me for that picture for several days, and then as soon as I give in because he like spent several days being like, I won't send it to anyone, whatever, which like, yeah, like dumb as fuck of me to like trust that, I'm not gonna lie. But still, like, I just wanted bro to stop spamming my DMs, and as soon as he gets it, he sends it to fucking Orson, which, sorry, Bezo and Kit, like,
no, we know.
I know he's your friend, and, like, you know, but, like, to send it to anybody after that is just insane! Especially to send it to them, not just to be like, look at this fucking whore, but even just to be like, whoa, she's so manipulative and horrible for sending me this picture. I harassed her for several days to send me. That's insane. 3 days of fucking harassing me. Obviously, at some point I'm going to give up and just send it because I expect him to not, like, talk about it further.
So is Frank the only one that had that kind of dynamic with you, where like he would beg you for stuff and you sent it to him?
In terms of like asking for pictures, like yeah, because I thought like he's 30, right?
Yeah.
Why would he be like thinking
little
that way
weird.
about? I'm a decade younger than him.
Out of 10, what would you rate yourself?
Be honest.
Here's the thing: if I'm like in sweats and no makeup on, have not straightened my bangs and shit, like genuinely, like probably a 3 to 4 out of 10. But if I've straightened my bangs, like put just a little mascara on, maybe eyeliner, etc., like a 7 out of 10. But then if you added my very whimsical and fun personality, which you all will not agree with, not a single person in this group chat will agree with, but if you first meet me and like just let me up for a bit, I am an absolute delight. So
And you're rich.
At an 8 out of 10, and I only say that because on
Yeah.
on my most recent
8,
first
okay.
date, someone spent $150 on me, which
Wow.
you know I had to be doing something.
And you're rich. You're rich as well.
Well, no, I'm not rich, and they're also not rich. They just really fucked with me.
Would you
But
say that Sharia law is worse than being a woman on 2b2t, or?
oh
and,
no, I don't follow Sharia law.
Yeah. I mean, well, we're equating which is worse, being a woman on 2b2t or Sharia law. And
I mean, I would say it's cringe to go on 2B and say, I'm a girl, give me stuff. That's really cringe. But there's nothing wrong with...
who's doing that?
I mean, I've seen it happen loads. I don't tend to remember the names.
Yo,
Because,
I should
you know.
do that low key.
No, don't do that. No.
I'm gonna add somebody who's been in a relationship before. I think he gives some good relationship advice.
Oh my god.
I don't want relationship advice. I want vengeance.
Well, this guy knows about vengeance too. Hey, what's up, Confused Siren? How are you?
Okay.
What do you know about like getting revenge on people? Have you ever gotten revenge on somebody before?
No.
You don't have like any. You don't have any enemies.
One would probably be Jared because of what he did and how much of a pain he was.
Yeah, Jared's got a lot of haters, so.
Why did you add me here anyway?
No, just looking for some advice on I guess revenge and have you ever had a stalker before?
No.
I guess I was thinking of someone else when I had you by mistake. My bad.
Actually, hello.
Yeah.
I know what you could do for revenge.
Oh, what do you think I should do for revenge?
Doc spin.
I am leaking at the very least his face. And I'm pretty sure he knows that because I've told that to Yolani and Swavey. I am doxing him. That's how I'm going to react.
Yeah.
It would be kind of insane to keep bothering me after this.
Do you think he even has a future on 2b2t?
I think he has a future on 2b2t. I just don't think he has a future in real life.
He is poor, so I mean he by default has a less of a chance in real life.
A shit person. I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm actually not sorry. That was a lie. I haven't been sorry for a single thing I've said about him the past hour and a half. Last thoughts is that Homer is a dirty brown person and I hate gay people, and also everyone on 2builders2tools.org needs to download Tinder right now immediately as soon as they see
What
this
the frick?
and just go outside, get laid, hook up with someone
Wait,
you
what?
meet online on Tinder, not on 2builders2tools, on Tinder specifically, not on 2b2t. Don't hook up with people you meet up on 2b2t.
Oh my god, remove
and,
Siren, please.
What are you trying to say, Siren?
He's trying to say tubby tubby.
I think he's having a meltdown right now. I think this is too much for him. Oh wait, Siren, can you tell me what's wrong right now?
I hate Michael.
Why?
What? Why would bro say that?
I hate Michael because she's annoying and won't shut up.
What?
Damn!
Should all join in. Come on. Kid, join in.
Help.
Confused. I want you to know I am 67 years old. I'm 6'2" in terms of height. And I am in fact a lesbian grandma. I have 2 generations of children following me, and they are my own. And also, you look like a twink.
Why won't you shut up? Why do you keep yapping, Michael?
I really have not seen it. I swear, he's typically a very peaceful guy. I don't know what's gotten into him.
I fuck with
So
this
did
kid.
you
I
give
fuck
him
with this
fucking
kid.
crack or
Yo,
something?
he's kind of based. Leave him the fuck alone, faggot. I just really hate gay people. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, Siren's gay, so
Is he actually?
yeah. Confused Siren, you are gay, correct?
No, but all of you guys are more gay. Siren is the most heterosexual person here.
I'm disabling the video.
Siren literally had.
Him and no one else.
Look at what you're doing to him right now. You said
Michael, look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to stand by what I said earlier at this time, that I hate gay people.
Wow.
that's
Oh,
Siren. What do you have to say about that?
Michael, I think you just need to leave the VC. Just leave. Now.
I think Diddy7 is having issues.
Leave.
in chat.
leave, 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 leave.